special military operation. Following all these multiple provocations by our adversary, and after the government coup in Ukraine, they started a crackdown against everything positive about the country. They started transforming Ukraine into a base against Russia. They started to crack down against the Russian culture, Russian past. There was an effort to turn Ukraine into an anti-Russia, and they started building foreign military bases there, and so on. They started to crack down against people who wanted to build normal relations with our country, and we also defend people who live in Donbass and our shared future. We cannot afford and allow to have adversaries and enemies along our borders who are seeking to destabilize the Russian Federation all the time. So all your close ones, your family members, your friends, and people you know, and your fathers and your brothers, your elder brothers, they have an essential mission to defend their fatherland. This is what we always did since the Great Patriotic War. Tiva was the first country to support the Soviet Union in its fight against Nazism. Today we are fighting neo-Nazism. As for peace talks, I've always said that we want to resolve all disputes by peaceful means. After all, you are young people, but you are well versed on these topics, and you know that the conflict broke out in the open when our enemy refused to abide by all the agreements that provided for a peaceful resolution. They refused to abide by the Minsk agreements. We had this arrangement on our future relations with and within Ukraine, with the people who have been in touch with Russia. No, they refused to abide by all these agreements, and they started preparations for military operations, and they've had quite a few of them even before that. So we had to defend the people, our people, who live in these territories. Nevertheless, we always wanted a peaceful settlement. What is happening there right now? The current government is illegitimate. They had to hold a presidential election, but they refused to hold a presidential election, citing martial law. And this runs counter to the constitution of Ukraine. What was the result? If they stop hostilities, they will have to stop the martial law and to cancel it. And right after that, they will have to hold a presidential election. And it is clear that they are not ready for that. They stand little chance to be re-elected, so that they are not interested in stopping these hostilities. This is why they staged this provocation in the Kursk region. And before that, they wanted to do this in the Belgorod region where your friend lives. I think that this is what explains all this. And they had this idea that this would stop our offensive in Donbass along the other sections of the front line. But you know what happened? Of course, people in the Kursk region, they face a lot of hardship. But the enemy failed to stop our offensive in Donbass. They failed at that. This is not just about moving forward 200 and 300 meters. We have not seen this momentum for a long time now. Our military has been advancing by 4 kilometers per day, not just a few hundred meters. So I am confident that not only this provocation fails, And after that, I believe that there will be a push for peace talks after that so that we can resolve these matters by peaceful means. We've never turned our backs on a peaceful resolution. Of course, we'll have to deal with the criminals who penetrated the Russian territory, the Kursk territory, and to deal with their attempts to destabilize the border areas. So thank you for your answer.